Friends and family, welcome aboard our little crazy train we call Bemusing Bill. We're going to check out Miracle of Sound. Man, I love this dude's voice. Seriously, Miracle of Sound, also known as Gavin Dunn, who I think is just an amazing dude and an incredible musician, incredible vocalist. This is a tune I've never heard before. In fact, I'm not even familiar with the story. Right. My dear friend, Night Spearhead. Night, thank you again for another awesome request. And you know, like I said in the beginning of this video, it's not like I'm not familiar with Miracle of Sound. I've covered other things he's done with collaborations. I don't think this is a collaboration at all. This is all him. So this is cool. This is the tale of Chulainn, which is a Celtic Irish mythology. You know, folk metal is what this is going to be about. This is going to be cool. I love this stuff. I love folklore. I love that. Truly. And yes, we're going to check out the lyrics afterward because that's what I'm all about on this channel. Words and music. So when we're done with the video, we're going to take a little deep dive into this, into the lyrics of this. I don't know if this is an old tune that he has remade or if he has made this all on his own. But we're going to check this out together. You know, you could always leave me a comment down below and let me know what you know of Chulainn and or the tale of, or the mythology therefore. Yeah, I'd love to know all that stuff. I really do. Any other Miracle of Sound tunes you think I should check out, hit me down below with those recommendations. Now, of course, I'm going to leave the link below for Miracle of Sound. Go over there and support him, man. Seriously, just go over there, smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. So what we're doing on this channel is helping out these artists by supporting them, getting this out there to you guys, you know? Anyway, the tale of Chulainn. Yeah, that's, I think, how it's pronounced. I am almost sure. And you know what? If you want to support this channel, those links are below as well. If you'd like to join our Patreon community like my dear friend, Night Spearhead, the link is down below. You could also hit me up with PayPal or buy me a cup of coffee if you just want to say thanks. If you want to request a song, you can do it just like that. You know, hit me up in the comments. If you could hit that like button and that subscribe button, those things help a lot. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for that. Let's do this, huh? I'm going to go full size. Kids, buckle up. Time to put the pedal to the folk metal. Beautiful.
In the sun and snow of the Irish hills was born a Tuatha's child, with a fighting heart and a mortal skill and a spirit fiery and wild. Through a prophecy he was bound and doomed to a short and a glorious life, and he bore the name Till, a famous faithful knight. With his hurley in his hands, his name would cross the land.
You love all those traditional instruments. It sounds like a Chulainn pipe in there, which is an Irish pipe, like a whistle, you know, basically. You know, it's played, you know, down low like a clarinet. What else am I hearing in there? Violin? Is there harp in there? Obviously those drums. You know, it sounds like traditional Irish drums in there. And this is really cool. Satanta, will a famous faithful knight. Oh, I love this, and I love the imagery. This is just so well done. His voice sounds great. He's not even like putting it all right out there right now. This is just more like a spoken word almost.
With his hurley in his hands, his name would cross the land. O'Connor who wore the crown of Ulster on his head. In the home of Cullen the Smith sat down for meat and mutton and bread. At the door lay the Coo, the faithful hound, a huge and terrible beast. When a thief or enemy trod his ground.
So Coo, it comes from is the name of the hound, or comes from the name of the hound. The home of Chulainn, the Smith sat down for mead and
mutton and bread.
And
at
bread.
The door lay the Coo, the faithful hound, a huge and terrible beast. When a thief or enemy trod his ground, their bones became his feast.
Wow.
Was a time to join them late at night, and the hound had leapt to shred. But he raised his hurley, pucked the ball right through the poor beast's head. He spoke remorse as the smithy cried for his lost and murdered hound. I will be your Coo now from this night till another you have found. So he lay outside the door, when I watching on the moors, and the name Chulainn was sung out loud that night in a tale of rage and ruin and of might. And the name Chulainn, so furious and wild, to remain in myth and memory, a legend of the Isle.
Let's back that up here. I don't know if that's going to be part of my lyrics, so let's try to catch a little bit of that now. All right, because I mean, I love the Gaelic, I really do, but it is so tough to try to pronounce sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of it that I try my hand at, and it's a tough one. And I think nothing is probably harder than the Wales, the way they speak there too, the Welsh. But you know, we'll catch some of this as we can. So that means tragic. Divine blood of Lou. Tragic Chulainn. I don't know. Divine blood of Lou. Legend of the Hound. So let me get this straight. This dude goes to a guy's house. The dog growls at him, or maybe even tries to attack him. He takes his stick, his hurley, and smashes the dog over the head. Kills him. Kills the dude's dog, right? The dog, I mean, the owner of the dog is upset. Yeah, wouldn't you be? I would definitely be. So this dude decides, well, you know, I feel bad too. I'll take the place of your dog and lie outside your door on the ground and be your hound until you can find a replacement. Okay. I'm with you.
Trained on the Isle of Skye and Shadow, bore an abandoned son, and met his battle brother Ferdiad. Many a tale they spun. Well, he fought with the strength of many men, a beast who bloodied the fields. In a bloodlust battle frenzy, his skin would shift and peel. His son would find him as a man, but would not tell his name. So he took a spear to his own child and doomed himself to shame. When the canny Queen Maeve set out for the edge to fight, Chulainn struck him down. Blood of son and brother fell, he wailed and cried farewell, and the name Chulainn was sung out loud that night, in a tale of rage and ruin and of might. And the name Chulainn, so furious, so wild, to remain in myth and memory, a legend of the Isle.
A lot of the imagery that they're showing in this video I'm familiar with, because I like watching a lot of shows on Ireland. I have a calling towards Ireland. It's weird. I'm not Irish at all. My wife is Irish and Scottish and English and German, but I don't have a trace of it in me. Not that as far as I know, but man, I don't know what it is. It feels like, maybe it's a past life or something. I don't know. It just feels like there's always been a calling to the Irish culture and history and whatnot. It's always been fascinating to me. So a lot of the images that I've seen here, I've seen before. A lot of the ruins and stuff. I'm not that good. I couldn't just go name it. Oh yeah, that castle there. That was I'm not that good. No, but I've seen a lot of these images. But they've also shown me images I've never seen before, so I don't know what they're all about. That I love. I love that. There was this one shot here, like right there. I've never seen that before. That's really interesting. Really interesting. I'd love to know some information about this site right here. Guitar solo.
When the father of fair Emer refused to give her to wed, Chulainn tore his castle down and left the whole place dead. They loved each other, man and wife, despite his many affairs. And then he met the Morrigan, turned her down, and earned her vengeful glare. She weakened him and broke his strength with trickery and lies. By feeding him the flesh of dogs, 3 crones were her disguise. The Queen and Lugan saw their chance to fight the coup and win. When he battled next, 3 spears were thrown and one tore through his skin. So he tied himself to a mighty stone by his guns and belt he hung. And so he still stood on his feet till the last breath left his lungs. And the light shone out so grand till the raven came to light. And the name Chulainn was sung out loud that night, in a tale of rage and ruin and of might. And the name Chulainn, so furious, so wild, to remain in myth and memory, a legend of the Isle. Woo! Oh, squeal of Machon Cure.
Yep, Julian pipes. It's hard to read the with the fonts here. Ayan O'Riba, The Bardrin by Colm Murphy. Violins, flutes, and whistles, Johnny McCarthy. Very cool. See? I thought I heard them pipes. Actually, you know what? I have to correct myself because you guys are going to hit me up in those comments anyway, right? Yeah, the Uilleann pipes is not, here I'm thinking the Irish whistle. No, it's like a bagpipe, but it's played differently. I can't remember what's the difference to it. I think it's a bagpipe, you're blowing into it, whereas an Uilleann pipe, you're squeezing it or something. There's something different about it. But it's more like a bagpipe, not a clarinet. My bad. I take that back, scratch that, reverse it. Yeah. I'm glad I've corrected that now before I got slammed in the comments. Well, maybe I would. I don't know. There might be people very much, passionate about their pipes. That was awesome. Yeah. Right on. That's right. All right. So let me put down that there screen. And I love learning about this stuff. What an amazing tale. Right? Now, so there's lyrics on the screen, right? If you go into Miracle of Sound's description box, he has included the lyrics in there. And my friend Night Spirit also gave me a link to the lyrics through the website genius.com. The tale of Chulainn. In the sodden snow of the Irish hills was born a Tuatha's child, with a fighting heart and immortal skill and a spirit fiery and wild. Through a prophecy he was bound and doomed to a short and glorious life, and he bore the same Setanta. He bore the name Setanta till a famous fateful night. Yeah, when he killed a dog. With his hurley in his hands, his name would cross the land. Well, his uncle Connor, who wore the crown of Ulster on his head. So Uncle Connor was the king of Ulster, right? In the home of Chulainn, the smith sat down for mead and mutton and bread. Right? Oh, my goodness. Just reminded me, I have a bottle of mead I got to hit up. Mutton, no, I'll pass on the mutton. Bread, maybe. Depends. At the door lay the coo, the faithful hound, a huge and terrible beast. When a thief or enemy trod his ground, their bones became his feast. Now that's a dog. He spoke, Well, Setanta joined them late at night, and the hound it leapt to shred. But he raised his hurley, pucked the ball right through the poor beast's head. That sucks. He spoke remorse as the smith he cried for his lost and murdered hound. I will be your coo now from this night till another you have found. So he lay outside the door, one eye watching on the moors. Yeah, so he becomes the dog, basically. He's taking over. And the name Chulainn was sung out loud that night in a tale of rage and ruin and might. And the name Chulainn, so furious and wild, to remain in myth and memory, a legend of the Isle. Okay, so now we get into the Gaelic stuff here. Tragic Guardian, Divine Blood of Lug, Legend of the Hound, Tragic Guardian, Divine Blood of Lug, Boat Filled with Fury, Legend of the Hound. Tragic Guardian, Divine Blood of Lug, Legend of the Hound, Tragic Guardian, Divine Blood of Lug, Warrior filled with fury, Legend of the Hound. He trained on the Isle of Sky and Shadow, bore an abandoned son. He trained on the Isle of Sky and Shadow. He trained. Maybe you guys know what that means. That he trained on the island of Sky and Shadow. I'm sure there's that lore. That's what they called certain place. Love to know. Bore an abandoned son and met his battle brother Ferdiad. His partner. Many a tale they spun. Well, he fought with the strength of many men, a beast who bloodied the fields. In a bloodlust battle frenzy, his skin would shift and peel. Shift and peel? Why? Was he becoming a dog? Is he an animagus? Is he a skinwalker? His son would find him as man, but would not tell his name, so he took a spear to his own child and doomed himself to shame. I caught that. Like, what? His son would find him as man, but would not tell his name. So he took a spear to his own child and doomed himself to shame. So he killed his own kid. When the canny queen Mabe attacked his land to steal the bull of Brown, she sent out Ferdiad to fight. Chulainn struck him down. Blood of son and brother fell. He wailed and cried farewell, and the name Chulainn was sung out loud that night, in a tale of rage and ruin and of might, and the name of Chulainn, so furious and wild to remain in myth and memory, a legend of the tale. Back into the Gaelic part. When the father of fair Aymer refused to give her to wed, Chulainn tore his castle down and left the whole place dead, right? They loved each other, man and wife, despite his many affairs. So not only does he go and wipe out her entire family and everyone that she knows and loves, but then he has numerous affairs too on top of that. Dude, what is wrong with you? Wow, what's wrong with her? Then he met Morrigan, turned her down, and earned her vengeful glare. A woman scorned, hell hath no. She weakened him and broke his fury with trickery and lies by feeding him the flesh of dogs. 3 crones were her disguise. She disguised herself and went in there and fed him meat, and he thought it was just meat, mutton perhaps. No, it was dogs. The queen and Lugaid saw their chance to fight the coup and win. When he battled next, 3 spears were thrown, and one tore through his skin. So he tied himself to a mighty stone. By his guts and belt he hung. And so he still stood on his feet till the last breath it left his lungs. Well, they found their advantage. See what happens, Going around, fooling with girls. Girls like, hey, what's up? And he's like, no, I'm good. And that's it, revenge. And, this is what happens. So he ties himself to a rock with his entrails and, dies. But at least he was still standing. And a light shone out so grand till the raven came to land, to cart the dead off to the land of the dead. And the name Chulainn was sung out loud that night in a tale of rage and ruin and might. And the name of Chulainn, so furious and wild to remain in myth and memory, a legend of the Isle. I wish I could pronounce that last bit, but it translates to let loose the music. So that's incredible. I love this. I got to find out more about this dude, and what a crazy story this is, right? Thank you so much, Knight. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm glad that you're part of the family because you bring me such great stuff. It's just so cool. Miracle of Sound, my friends. What do you guys think? Hit me up down below in the comments, and we'll talk You know, we'll talk all things Miracle of Sound. I thought this was a banger. I loved it. I want more. So hit me up and tell me what else he does that I can sink my teeth into, sink my Hurley into. Until the next time, my dear good friends, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I love you guys. Peace.